Qué bueno, eh?
I learned that the filming started before I arrived, which was not to be done.
Y acción.
She never agreed with me with anything. She was always fighting me even after the contract was signed. I remember the first day I arrived in Mexico City. I was at the hotel. She was yelling and screaming at me up until 4 o'clock in the morning, Mexico time, and telling me, literally just telling me, I don't give a fuck about the contract. I'm just referring to what she says on the phone. She says, I don't give a fuck about the contract, and I don't give a fuck about your creative control. I pay for this movie, and I have the creative control. And at that point, I said, I'm done. And I said with her, I told her, you know what?
That first day you were in Mexico, you said you're done.
I said to myself, I'm done.
If you're going to take my money, don't tell me how you're going to misuse it. Or better yet, not tell me how you're going to misuse it. Because that's not okay.
But you ended up working with him. Obviously, you felt like something was off when you met with the lawyer and read the agreement, right?
I was threatened that if I don't go on with it, I'm going to have government suing me. Because this has to be done, and the very virtue that I even considered doing it, now I'm obligated to do it.
I said, I need to remind you that the creative control of this project is mine, and you agree. So you need to just focus on what you need to do as a financier. Let me handle the picture.
Is subject matter part of the creative?
What is subject matter?
Well, you don't know what I mean when I say subject matter? What the documentary is about?
Oh, it's part of the yes. It's part of the creative process, yes.
I also said that I will not produce anything that I'm not directly involved with, because I don't just give money away. I don't invest blindly, that's buying stocks. It became obvious that we were dealing with someone with a great imagination and wrong intent.
She called herself executive producer, or the R&E production agreement gives her the role of executive?
No, sir.
Gives her the role of
executive producer.
We never agreed to that. And Lisa Khalif can tell you that. We never agreed that she was going to be any of that. No executive producer, no producer, nothing. She was just a financier.
Okay, that's you believe that she had absolutely no role other than as financier?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, why did you refer to her as the executive producer?
Because she told everybody in the production already that she was the executive producer.
Why didn't you say, the financier is giving us problems, but I'm the producer, don't worry, we're going ahead?
It's irrelevant. I just said it. Okay? It's right there. You have it. So.
By the time I arrive, I'm seeing one truck. There's maybe 10 people there. I see another truck. There may be 15 people there. Then I see another truck. Then maybe another 15 people there. And then I see 3-4 vans.
Esta es una especie de pájaro que corre alrededor de...
I could not believe my eyes. This is documentary. Okay, we are running probably 10 documentaries at once. All right, that was pretty bizarre. That was pretty strange. The crew was enormous.
Did you ask why?
Yes, those were a lot of whys, and they were not welcome. My wives were not welcome on the set. which explained why the budgets was not respected. That was another thing. I mean, what was budget? I don't think that word even have been in vocabulary of that man.
She was not allowed to get inside the chamber of the pyramid. She forced herself inside the pyramid. The archaeologists got really angry, and we have to pause the film for an hour and a half because she refused to leave the set. She refused to comply with the director of Calakmul orders. The director escorted her personally. Says, I'm going to show you something else. Please, you're not allowed in here. You don't have access to this information. It's for the documentary, and we inform you that you needed to stay within a certain parameter out of the premise, not to be jumping inside the pyramids like that, you know.
There was an archaeologist that professed to be the government, and then there was Raul Julia that professed to be the law. And director, host, interviewer, producer, wanted to be editor, and it was a man of all trade. So we had a crew build around it to make him look very important, because there was no other reason to have that many people that were sitting around and watching one another. There was absolutely no reason.
Carrasco was not happy with the situation, and that they were putting a lot of stress on me, that this is not the way they picture things were going to be, that they can feel this, the intensity between me and this woman on the set.
Finally, I said, okay, there is the freezer. You told me there is a freezer that has never been opened. No one has ever seen it. And you told me it's behind a door that has to be opened from presidential desk via satellite. Well, open the door. I said, turn on, push. It's rusty.
How were you feeling then?
Shock, disbelief, realizing there's ulterior motive to all of this. I said, this isn't normal. This is a normal production where all the cards are on the table. I started to watch closely.
A simple vista, Ramón, yo pienso que cualquier persona alrededor del mundo pues tendría la misma reacción mía. ¡Wow! ¿Qué es esto? ¿De qué manera yo me lo puedo explicar? Porque, Ramón, yo en realidad jamás he visto una cosa similar.
Son representaciones, han aparecido en otros lugares. Esta es una de las más tempranas que hay para Maya.
Acción.
Arqueólogo, esto es fantástico.
Este friso representa tanto el contacto con lo superior, con lo cósmico, con lo universal, como la Tierra misma, donde se va a desarrollar toda esta idea.
Todo este complejo se podría interpretar como la visión de hermanos mayores o personajes de la cuarta dimensión que vienen a asomarse a nuestro plano terrestre.
I basically told him we have to talk. This is not a production about Mayans, and it doesn't look like it's a documentary, because We are more worried about his makeup than we are worried about getting access to artifacts. I realized that it has to be put back on track, or there was no way forward. So we finished filming that day, and all of us left from Calakmul to Campeche. Raul and I had set a production meeting next morning, but he mysteriously checked out of the hotel.
She turned the entire crew against me, and that was it. That was the last time I saw Elizabeth Terry until today.
You, however, sent an email to all the members of the crew saying that the production ended, correct?
No, I said the production is going to stop from now until me and the executive producer resolve these issues.
There was no ability to work with the person who was operating under not only false pretenses, but in a bizarre way of blackmail and extortion in the middle of production. I mean, that is not how you produce anything. This is how you destroy everything. The minute the production ended, he actually knocked on everyone's door at the hotel, asking where the footage is. Raul made a grave mistake. He mistook kindness for weakness. I formed a new production company, rehired the existing crew, and became committed to making a film about the Mayans that had nothing to do with aliens returning to destroy mankind. I wanted to learn about how Mayans treated one another, what was their code of behavior, and how they cared for their own bodies.
On our way back, I get a call from Martin, our driver. And he tells me, Raul and the police are here waiting for you guys. That moment, I realize something's going on and it's not good.
I've never seen anything like this. So it was in 3 days. It all imploded.
You filed charges with the police in Campeche against Elizabeth Terro?
Of course.
And what were the charges you were seeking to have against her?
All I wanted was the film footage.
But what did you say she did?
Sir, they put the charges. I'm not the authority. All I tell them is...
What charges did they put?
Fraud, stealing, film footage, property of INA, the Calakmul project to be specific, because the Calakmul project is a whole different entity.
And what did you tell them about the situation?
You need to read the report. I'm not going to tell you more.
And I stole the footage from him. And the director stole the footage from him. And everybody else stole equipment from him. And we all a bunch of thieves. And he is a poor thing and he needs help of the police. There. It was brilliant.
¿Me estás grabando? No, no puedes grabar. ¿Por qué está grabando? Soy el comandante Mesa de la Policía Municipal.
This is the situation. There's police outside. The police were very determined to find out where she was, to get that material. I didn't know if Raul had cut a deal with him.
Traigo una querella. ¿Que trae una querella? Por el delito de robo. ¿De quién o qué? Por el delito de robo y abuso de confianza. Y abuso de confianza.
Sí, señor, lo felicito, excelente. Nada más que el ministerio le dijo, vaya y requiéralo.
Sí.
Usted ya lo requirió. Usted va a levantar una constancia de que fue y requirió los objetos que el Ministerio Público le pidió. Y que no le fueron entregados porque el señor no los tenía a la mano ni a la vista. Y usted le va a entregar eso al Ministerio Público.
It was me, Lalo, the photographer. We walk into the hotel. Raul is already there with the police, demanding to hand over the equipment. Everything belonged to him.
Yo lo que necesito es saber dónde está este material.
Esa es una de mis cámaras. Esta es mía. No. Esa es una de mis cámaras. Esta es mía. No. No está, esta es mía. No, esa es una de mis cámaras. Esta es mía. No. Esta yo la compré. No.
¿Tienes la factura?
Me la pueden escanear y mandar.
A ver.
Y no corresponde a ninguno de esos números de serie de ahí.
Bueno, porque aquí tengo las series.
Bueno, mi cámara me la vas a entregar. Esta no es tu cámara. Mi cámara me la vas a entregar. Tú la tenías. Yo no la tengo.
Baja el volumen, permítame.
It was already 2 o'clock in the morning, and we had police outside of the hotel. I decided I need to get Elizabeth out of here. Not out of the city, not out of the state, out of the country.
Hernan was my bodyguard on a project, who became not only a bodyguard but a great assistant producer. He was my key person there. Made an executive decision that under the circumstances of bewildering claims, I'm probably safer returning right now, and also taking the 4 other people with me that were accused of wrongdoing and stealing footage, stealing equipment which I paid for or rented. I felt obligated to take them to safety, and we did not have airline tickets for them. So I was forced to hire a private jet, and that was the best decision he's made.
Our photographer tells me, my girlfriend works in a charter company out of Mexico City. Call her right now.
I didn't do anything. Why can't I just go back and talk about it? They said, this is not how it works here.
She was ordered not to leave Mexico. She was hiding. They had her hiding somewhere in Campeche when the authorities came to the hotel. 3 commanders, an investigator and 2 police officers to investigate archaeological, stuff. And
so it's your belief that she was told not to leave Mexico?
It's not that it's my belief. I heard it from the police, from the commander, telling the crew members, and they even told her none. And they told her lawyer that she hired this human rights attorney that showed up at the hotel, tell your client she can't leave the country.
Hernan, better than I do. He understands the culture. He also understands what was being said. I did not ever see the papers. I did not read it. I did not know the full content of it, and was so blatantly fraudulent that he felt there's something wrong with this person to make these claims. So there's no reasonable way of dealing with it. So he felt I would be probably sitting there and arguing for days and days, and he knew I had to be in New York within hours.
I told her, where's your passport? It's in my room. Yeah, I know. I had a key to her room. I go in, and where is it? It's in the safe. And I see this safe. Okay, what's the code? 55. It's not working. 555. It's not working. 5555. It's not working. At this point, I'm ready to rip the safe out and just throw it out the window. I basically just called reception.
Sí, buenas noches. Sí. Si habla Hernández, disculpe, dejé unas cosas adentro de la caja fuerte.
And I told him I forgot the code.
Okay, ¿cómo cuánto tiempo? ¿Qué pasó? Se me olvidó la clave que traía en la caja fuerte. Ajá.
And they came up, they opened it.
Ah, se abrió. Oh, milagro. Gracias. Yeah, yeah. They just opened it. Okay, yeah. I got your passport.
I took out her passport, her checkbook, and then I see these 2 little bags.
What's in the middle? Look, and there's some back here. And I'm on the phone. What are those? They're jewelry. Elizabeth, I told you not to bring any jewelry.
I stood there listening, everybody speaking in Spanish and saying, this does not look good.
We're driving around the city. Martin tells us we could stay at his place. If we could do that, really, I'd be really grateful. We were so close to the airport, Martin's house, we actually heard the jet plane flying over us. And it's just, you feel this weight being lifted off of you.
They were looking for her at the airport, and she she didn't show up at the airport for her flight to New York, to Mexico City to New York.
We went into an undisclosed place, undisclosed airport. I have not been before. Then, for some reason, I was told to duck. I'm like, I didn't do anything. Why do I have to hide and duck? Duck! So I ducked. I wasn't going to argue at that point.
You can see all the way to where the metal detector is, and I tell everybody, grab a bag and walk. Don't wait for them to approach you. Don't wait for them to ask you any questions. Just go through that arch, go through those doors. Everybody does it. Hearing that door close, I feel another weight just lifted off.
We did something really cute. We all joined hands. It was like a starlight handshake, 4 of us. And we vowed that we will make this film happen.